Test it. Should be able to see it. Yeah, there I am. Welcome back once again, everyone. We are live here at the Nehemiah Center for boys varsity basketball action. The Sutton Sammies are in town, Dual Valley Conference rival against the Crusaders from Waynesville Christian. This should be a great Friday night matchup. The gym is filling with fans. The Sutton Sammies come in at 6-5 overall. They're 4-2 in the Dual Valley Conference. Sutton started 1-3, but then went on a 4-game winning streak. 3 of those were conference wins, including BMR Hopedale and this Crusader team. But Sutton dropped an important game earlier in this week. They lost both to Hopedale and Douglas, so they're looking to get back in their winning ways. The Crusaders, on the other hand, come in at 5-5, 2-5 in the Dual Valley Conference. Had a 5-game losing streak until Tuesday night with a huge win against the Douglas Tigers. Douglas, big upset there, looking to continue their winning ways against Sutton. So we'll pause here, give you a chance to see the starting lineups and the national anthem.
Let's meet the starters for tonight. First for the visitors from Sutton. Number 1, Cameron Bennett. Number 2, Brennan Bennett. Number 4, Charles Marchand. Number 21, Ty Logan. Number 35, Chase Gara. Starting course by Anthony Whitney, assisted by Robert Michael. Now for your home team, the Whitesville Christian Crusaders, starting number 1, Cam Damaris. Number 10, Dylan McAllister. Number 21, Andrew Peters. Number 22, Zach Casey. Number 23, Gabe Peters. By the playing of national anthem by the WCS Band.
Okay, so festivities over. Last minute instructions for both teams. You'll see Sutton in green, the road uniforms. Whitesville Christian in white, starting Zach Casey, Dylan McAllister, Gabe Dieters, Caleb Dieters, and Cam Damaris. So once again, Sutton, it's been an up and down season for the Sammies. Started at 1-3, then rattled off 5 straight, including a pretty convincing victory against this Crusaders team in Sutton. But then they've dropped 2 in a row to Douglas and Hopedale, to making it 6-5. Crusaders just finally broke a 5-game losing streak Tuesday. As we get a fake jump ball here. They're gonna try to keep that going. Another huge test. It would be a big upset. Crusaders got to be able to play the same way they did against Douglas. Tight defense, no turnovers. Sutton starts it off with a huge 3 from Chase Gara. 3-0 Sammies, exactly what Coach Benjamin didn't want to see. Now the Crusaders got to go on offense. Gabe Dieters, who had 16 against Douglas, he goes right to work. Gabe Dieters feeling so confident. The freshman hits some huge shots down the stretch against the Tigers Tuesday. Starts off well here. It's 3-2 Sutton, just getting started. It's Cam Benedict with the ball. He gets it over to Marchand, the senior, to Brennan Benedict. Usually it's the Benedicts and Marchand who lead the scoring, but it was Gara who got him going today. That's going to be Cam Benedict. Another big 3, Charles Marchand in the corner. Great ball movement from the Sutton Sammies to start this, up 6-2. They used all the shot clock on that. Sutton is on Dylan McAllister, really tight. Dylan finally gets it to Damaris. Damaris looking for his shot. It's an air ball. Rebound there by Chase Gara. Cam Benedict got called for a double dribble as he was a little too eager to take that lane. He had the baseline. Great man-to-man defense so far by the Sammies. Really pressured them. Dylan had trouble finding a teammate. Getting in their offense. To get it to Gabe again. That seems to be the game plan, and so far it's working. The only problem for the Crusaders is 3 points shots for Sutton and 2-point shots for them. Down 6-4, 6 minutes left first quarter. They look to feed Cam Benedict. Marchand, who hit 1 big 3. He's got Damaris on him. Marchand looking for his offense. Looked like he threw it away, and he did. Goes out of bounds. Whitensville will get the ball back, down 2. So Sutton's been playing great aggressive man-to-man, but they're picking on whoever has Gabe Dieters. Dylan gets to Caleb. Now Caleb Dieters is going to go to work. Little fade away. Swish. The offense for the Crusaders starting on Tuesday against Douglas has just been so much more fluid. They get into their offense and get some confident looks and not a lot of turnovers, which plagued them early in the season. That was Ty Rogan. He gets it stolen by Dylan McAllister. McAllister has a teammate. He finds Zach. Zach to Cam. Damaris takes it into the lane, and he took an extra step. Coach Badgerman didn't think so. It looked like Cam had got stopped on his pivot foot. So if anyone's been turning the ball over so far, it's the team in green. As the Crusaders, that plagued them earlier in the year. Marchand travels. Oh no, they got a blocking or a offensive foul. They got Ty Rogan on that. Rogan set an illegal screen to try to get Benedict open. Refs get him. 4:45 left, first quarter. 6-6 so far. That's another foul for Sutton. He did. Granted, Dylan McAllister's having a little bit of a tough time against this aggressive man-to-man defense, but on that time, Marchand was too aggressive. That's going to be first foul on Marchand, 2 team fouls. Casey tries to feed it inside to Caleb Dieters. Gets it stolen. Cam Benedict went flying to the hoop. And they're going to get, I think, Zach Casey for his first. That'll be the first team foul for the Crusaders. 6-6, and Cam Benedict will get a chance to shoot 2 free throws. Misses the first, has 1 more. Sutton will check in Hunter Miller and Ryan White. First team to go to the bench. Crusaders' last game as Benedict makes 1 of 2, makes a 7-6. Last game we're without Isaiah Plantinga. Dylan loses it. Wow, Dylan McAllister turns the ball over to Charles Marchand. He's really struggled with Marchand, but Marchand struggled himself. Looked like he had a free layup, and he double dribbled it. Now they're setting a good screen. That's good. Gabe Dieters, who already has 2 hoops, trying for another one. Good drive, no good. Gets his own rebound. What a play. Gabe Dieters off the glass and in. 8-7. Crusaders with a 1-point lead. That's Hunter Miller between the legs. Gets it to Brennan Benedict. It's Ryan White, number 11. So, again, aggressive man-to-man D. It's Brennan Benedict. White. McAllister all up in Benedict's grill. Oh, they find Cam Benedict rolling to the hoop. Coach Bajema not happy. It was a good defensive possession right up to that point. So Sutton back in front. This one's going back and forth. It could be a game of turnovers. Take care of that basketball. Damaris up and under, off the glass. Cam gets it to go. Love to see the aggressive offensive drive. (10-9). Hunter Miller, good pass down low to Cam Benedict. He gets it to go, and he'll get to the free throw line to have a chance to make it 11-9. So as I was saying, Zeke Plantinga didn't play against Douglas on Tuesday, and he had stitches in his lip, I believe. So the Crusaders had to go deep into their bench and were hugely successful. So Isaiah's back in uniform. Didn't start tonight, but he just checked in for Cam Damaris. Sutton has a 12-10 lead. McAllister's, they've been putting that full court press. They maybe should let someone else take it and give Dylan a break. Gabe looked like crowd not happy, but it looked like he got hit on the arm as Gabe was looking to find his brother Caleb down low. There'll be 3 team fouls for Sutton. First on Hunter Miller. Lots of subbing so far. Going to keep me on my toes. The one thing Douglas did for me was barely sub at all. Sutton uses their bench. Zeke falls, but just gets up in time to grab that one. Dieters with 6. Gabe Dieters with 6 of the points. He's going to try to get another one. He gets called for steps. Gabe's got to use that strong upper body as a freshman. He's just a big, athletic kid. Definitely Brady Bajema's future here, losing some seniors. So Sutton has a 2-point lead. Cam Benedict goes to the line. The baseline, I should say. Gus Jacobson. There's Gara, goes left, off the glass, no good. Good bodying defense. Gabe Dieters got the board, gets it to McAllister. McAllister almost throws it away. So far, the turnovers for the Crusaders haven't hurt them. That's the one thing they did against Douglas that was much better than past games. They just took care of the basketball. Didn't give Douglas a lot of transition opportunities. So far, Cam Damaris from way downtown, but Caleb gets the board. He's under control, up and under, no good. His brother Gabe gets it, finds McAllister. Plantinga will start things over. 2 minutes left, first quarter. Close game, 12-10 Sutton with a 2-point lead. McAllister looked like he faked left. He gets it to Caleb. Dieters will fire, no good. Dieters has to be careful. On that play, Caleb was frustrated with the miss, wanted to follow his own shot. But when the guy secures the rebound, you just got to be careful about reaching in on that because can't afford to lose Caleb. He was in foul trouble against Hopedale, and that really hurt. That's only his first. So far, so good. 1:34 left in the first quarter. A corner three ball. That's an air ball by Hunter Miller. Plantinga couldn't handle it. Out of bounds. Missed opportunity there for Whitensville. Sutton will get the ball back. 23 seconds. Still on the shot clock, so it doesn't reset. Never hit the rim. Cam Benedict, he's going to fire. It's no good, so Plantinga gets his own rebound, gets the rebound and takes it up himself. He looks like he's going to go all the way to the hole. He finds Kim from the corner. It's like Damaris sort of had it slipped out of his hand just for a heartbeat. They get to the floor on a rebound. It's going to be Whitensville. Dylan has the opportunity to run with it, but he decides to set up the offense. Just under a minute left, down 2. They have a chance to tie or take the lead at the end of the first. Plantinga. Gabe looked like he wanted that 3. Cam will take it. Good fake. He's going to get called for the steps. It was a great idea by Cam Damaris there. As he went, he knew he had the height on him. Might have got a shot block, so he looked to do the fake and swirl back around, but his foot slid. So there's about 6 seconds between shot clock. That's not going to matter. Sutton can't get it to go. Crusaders, there's no more shot clock on, so the Crusaders can get the last shot. Looks like they're just going to work their offense. Caleb off the glass. Oh, man, Caleb Dieters, great drive. He's got to get back, though. It's Cam Benedict looking to run. Chase Gara goes to the hole, but we're going to get a foul on the floor. That's going to be Gabe Dieters first as Brennan Benedict comes in. Back in for Gus Jacobson. That's 4 team fouls on the Crusaders, so 1 more and it would send Sutton to the line. But this quarter is almost over, so just can't do that here. That's a travel. They don't call it. Deep 3. Got to get the rebound. They do. Zeke's going to have to fire. He does. Wise play by Plantinga. He knew the clock was running down and got the shot that he could. But, man, that's a tough one when you're going full speed. Quick first quarter. Sutton Sammys really started off strong with 2 big threes. Charles Marchand and Chase Gara each hit a 3, getting 6 points. But the Crusaders were paced early by Gabe Dieters. Going to work down low. So it's 12-10. Once again, Crusaders were really struggling with a 5-game losing streak. Came in against Douglas. I came into that one Tuesday if you were with us. Not with a lot of high hopes. I'm always trying to be positive, but I'm like, I don't know. Douglas seems to be the class of the DVC along with Nipmuc and had just beaten Nipmuc pretty badly. And then you don't have one of your leading scorers in Plantinga. I don't know. And Douglas definitely didn't have their A game, and the Crusaders took advantage, got a big victory. This would be 2 big ones in a row if they could beat Sutton. They lost to Sutton pretty handily in the Sammy's home gym a couple weeks ago. Start the second quarter. Oh, almost gets it to Caleb Dieters. Dieters got stuck underneath. He loses it. Sutton loses it down the other end. They thought they had Chase Gara. Threw it just too far for Chase to be able to chase it down. All right, enough of those jokes. Sorry about that. Surprised Sutton has taken off that little. Well, Marchand's now coming up on Dylan, but Dylan really struggled with that. But didn't really struggle with it, but it definitely made him work to get the ball up, but kind of took that little press off. Still 12-10. Just getting started here in the second quarter. What a play by Caleb Dieters. I don't know where Ty Rogan went, but he was nowhere near the play after that fake by Caleb. Caleb ties it up 12-12. Rogan doesn't have anyone to get the ball to. Now they get it to senior point guard Marchand. Cam Benedict, he was looking for his offense way too long, and Brennan Benedict was not able to save his brother's shot. So, similar to Douglas, the Crusaders just have a great half-court defense. So if you can keep the transition plays at bay, Gabe Dieters, great pass by Dylan McAllister, gives the Crusaders a 14-12 lead. Sutton calls timeout. They want to talk this over. So just getting going in the second. The Crusaders getting down 2 at the break. Have scored the first 4 against Douglas. They on Tuesday, if you were with us, Douglas had 10 points after the first quarter. They had 10 points after the second quarter. So that was really the story of the game. Crusaders taking a pretty big lead because Douglas just couldn't get the ball to go in. But you see against Sutton, it's very similar. If you can't shoot really well from the outside against this Crusader team, which that's what Nipmuc did, you're going to have a hard time. You've seen Sutton get a couple of guys open underneath. Cam Benedict got lost underneath that one play. It's the pep band here to bring some excitement on Friday night. But other than that, they've struggled. They hit a couple threes early. If they didn't do that, they'd be in a lot of trouble right now. So that's the key to the Crusaders. Continue to be aggressive on offense and then play your tight D. Don't get in foul trouble and don't turn the ball over and give transition looks. Gara got it. Looked like he had a lane, but he lost it a little bit. Then puts the shot up no good. So McAllister will bring it back up for Whitensville. Gabe Dieters has really gotten his offense these last couple of games. It's meant all the difference. But that time, it's senior captain Caleb Dieters who goes back to work. 16-12, about 6 minutes left in this half. Again, this man-to-man defense has been tough for Sutton to break. Marchand, who's got that 1-3, is going to look to drive. He gets it to Brennan Benedict. The lefty, takes a few steps there, it looked like to me. He did. Sutton faithful, not happy, but he took like 2 steps. I thought he needed to shoot, and then he took one more. Maybe in the NBA, but not here in the Dual Valley Conference. So McAllister with Marchand all over him. Gets it to Caleb. Dieters, they clear it out for him. Gets it to his brother Gabe, sets Gabe a pick. We got 18 seconds. What a pass down to his brother from Gabe to Caleb. Gabe can really pass that ball from the perimeter. Gara's going to look to get his offense going. He gets an and one, a huge shot for Chase Gara. Sutton needed that really, really badly. So far in this quarter, Christian had outscored him by 10, but that time Gara stops the bleeding a little bit. Can't get the free throw to go, so it's 18-4. Whitensville. That's the first foul, by the way, on Cam Damaris as Sutton gets the steal, trying to get right back in this. Marchand goes left. McAllister almost got his hand on that ball. Ty Rogan will take it. He doesn't really look for a shot out there. We know Gara does. He likes to go left on that. Benedict goes right, uses his length, gets it down low to Rogan, to Gara. Oh, Plantinga jumped up, but the ball hung up there. Thankfully, Caleb was there. Gets it to Plantinga. Plantinga, jump stop, boom. Zeke Plantinga. Now that the offense is flowing, they're all getting into the act here. 2014, Sutton down 6 with the ball. Good defense by Zeke there as he just shot into that passing lane. He has that quickness. So Brennan Benedict has McAllister. He's going to get the pick from Rogan. Benedict's going to go all the way, but that's going to be tough with Caleb down there and with Plantinga helping out. Gabe Dieters wisely decides to, no, this time he's going to fire. No good. Caleb battles, can't get it. Lost it underneath. Good hustle play by Ty Rogan. Gets it back to Sutton. Gara just front rims it. Gara's really being aggressive, getting his shot. Plantinga from the corner, swish! Big shot, Isaiah Plantinga. It's 23-14. Sutton down 9 now. 3:25 left first half. Gara's been looking for his offense. He loves to go left. Marchand. Gara hugs it. He lost it off his own knee. And Coach Badgema calls timeout. Interesting timeout there. Coach Badgema up 9. I don't say interesting because I disagree with it. I'm just curious as to what he was seeing there, as his team's just been playing great at both ends. It could just be, and I don't hate it at all, an opportunity to give his guys a rest. Zach Casey came out from Plantinga, and that's been the only subbing this team has done. So both Dieters and Dylan McAllister have played this whole first half. So timeout gives them a chance to get some water. Also, Coach Badgema probably has seen something that he could take advantage of here. With 3:12 left, up 9. He's probably just told his guys, hey, it's been a great first half. Let's not go into one of those droughts where we turn the ball over and let Sutton get right back in it for the halftime. Instead, continue to work the ball, get good shots, get back on defense. Try to bring this lead up into double figures. McAllister gets it to Gabe Dieters. Cam Damaris for 3. He drills it. Everybody's raining threes here in the Nehemiah Center. 26-14, 2:52 left. Sutton right now is a little bit shell-shocked. This is not the team they saw in Sutton. Brennan Benedict now, he's going to go right on Dylan. He is fortunate. Got a little bit bailed out on that. I think Caleb reached in just a tad. Caleb Dieters has 2. Coach Badgema letting him know that. WCS goes into that man-to-man. That's good to put Caleb, I think, on Rogan. Rogan doesn't really want to look for his offense. That's going to be Benedict. Huge 3 there. Great rebound by Dylan. McAllister was able to box out, reach, grab it without going out of bounds. Waynesville Christian up 12 and a chance to add to that. Gabe with a spin move. He puts it in. Gabe Dieters has been on fire this whole week. Whatever his parents are feeding him, I'd say keep going, whether it's Wheaties, Cocoa Puffs, whatever it is. 28-14, 2 minutes left, second quarter. Benedict, another 3, drills it. That's been Sutton. Another timeout here. think what Coach Badger been talking there to Zeke. He defended that well, but he just would have liked a little bit more of a contest. As Cam Benedict is Sutton's best shooter from out there. Hasn't had a ton of success so far, but a lot of his shots have been kind of on the run or from deep. That one he was able to spot up and really let it fly. And the problem there is just as we've seen on the other side of the court, as soon as you let a shooter see success, it starts flowing downward for him. Man, in the Crusaders' case, they've all been seeing success. Dylan McAllister just distributing. We've seen Cam Damaris, Zeke Plantinga, both Dieters, all getting into the action here offensively. This might be one of the highest scoring first halves, and we still got 150 for Whitensville. We still have 152 left. So up 11. Whitensville once again got to take care of the ball. As Marchand was guarding, that's going to be Cam again. That's a little long. You could kind of tell he skied up for that. So Sutton trying to get this down back into single digits. Ryan White got he got it to Rogan. They really want to get it in the hands of number 1 or number 4, who has it right now. Marchand, good drive, but he gets double teamed. Marchand can't get it to go. It went off of Sutton's head. I thought it went off. Thought that might have went off of Rogan's head, but the ref has a much better vantage point than me. So he calls it off of Whitensville. There's 14 seconds on the shot clock. Sutton to note. Sammy's with the ball. They get it. Oh, that's unlucky there for Dylan. As Rogan had lost it, and Dylan didn't see it. It hit his foot. Brennan Benedict. Shot clock winding down. That's going to be another 3. That one looked like it was going to rattle home from Cam Benedict. Zeke Plantinga skies for that rebound. What a sky. He was above the rim on that. Needed that board. That was an inadvertent whistle. So the refs apologize, and Whitensville gets the ball. Damaris gets it up top. Still plenty of time. I'd like to see Plantinga get another shot here as he's hot, or Gabe Dieters, who leads it. Got 13 seconds on the shot clock. Plantinga's wide open again from the corner. No good. Gabe reaches over. Here's what from my point of view, Gabe Dieters didn't go over the back. He reached over, which you're allowed to do without putting your body into the guy. But the coaching staff for Sutton wisely threw up their hands. The refs see that, made the call. Tough one, 28-17. No difference from the shot and the game clock. This has been most of their offense. The Benedicts, this time it's Brennan. Brennan Benedict drains it from the corner. Sutton needed that. It's 28-20. Crusaders will get the last shot. They got to get the ball. McAllister goes all the way to the hoop. It looks like he might go to the line. Dylan will go to the line. That's going to be 2 fouls on Charles Marchand. So that's 2 big things that could come into play later. Usually Dylan's a distributor. And I thought he was going to look to pop for a 3-point play. To a 3-pointer, but instead he kept on going, drew a foul. They're going to get both Dieters out here with 4.4. What Coach Badger is doing there is he wants to make sure neither of them pick up another cheap foul here at the end. Dylan no good. That one just rimmed out. Can't foul here. Benedict off the glass. They count it. That was a ginormous 3 from Brennan Benedict as he banks it in. All the momentum goes into the locker room for the Sutton Sammies. Such a great first half by the Crusaders. They looked like they were going to take a 28-20 lead into the locker room, and it was actually 28-17 when Brennan Benedict got one to fall. And just as I said earlier, once a shooter gets one to go, they start to feel it, and on that one, a little bit of skill and a little bit of luck. So it'll be a 28-23 halftime lead. Crusaders, while they feel like they might have missed some opportunities by only being up 5, they also have to be exceptionally happy. This is a Sutton team who really handled them well the last time they played. Sutton beat the Crusaders double figures. It was never really close. Really spread the scoring out there with the Crusaders had 10 points from Gabe Dieters, 8 points from Caleb Dieters, Isaiah Plantinga, and Cam Damaris each had 5. One of the big decisions we're going to see come into play in the second half for Coach Bajema, as I take some water, is you have more skill on certainly on the offensive side of the ball when you have Isaiah Plantinga and Cam Damaris, and you also have you have just great athleticism with Plantinga. But Zach Casey showed against Douglas his senior leadership. He just, in a lot of ways, as I watched that game Tuesday, Zach would calm everybody down when it got a little bit crazy. Plantinga wasn't available for that, so Zach played most of that game. So here he's going to have to offset that. If he feels like he needs that leadership, he's going to have to go to Zach. But I'm sure Coach Badger is just happy he has those options. This is a big game. Dual Valley Conference is kind of, I mean, the leaderboard, it really is, for the most part, a tie. It's for the most part Nipmuc or Douglas. They're tied, with Douglas losing that game Tuesday night. Really difficult loss for them, as they had the DVC kind of in hand, and they now are tied with them, and they're not playing again. In the conference play is about to end. It'll be this week, today, and then next week. One interesting thing, I'm not really sure if it was weather related or what, but Sutton has not played Nipmuc yet. So Sutton comes in 4-2 in the Dual Valley, but they haven't played one of the top 2 teams. They still got to play them 2 more times. So the Crusaders, who I saw, man, losing that BMR game last Friday night at BMR, I saw them as potentially coming in last place. I don't think they'll come in first, but if they could manage to get this victory, they could have beat Hopedale. They have them one more time, and they have Nipmuc one more time. So they'll have their opportunity to really make something of this season. Another reason this game is big is both of these teams are used to playing in the MIAA postseason tournament. And so this year, the power rankings, which are released every Tuesday, to Crusaders, what you got to do in the power rankings to make the state tournament is you have to be able to, and it's a formula, you have to be able to make the top 32. If you're not in the top 32, then you have to have a winning record to get a play-in game to try to get into that first round. And both of these teams are in Division 4 for the boys bracket of the MIAA power rankings. And Sutton, they were 20th last week, but this past Tuesday they dropped to 25th, and then they went out and lost to Hopedale. So they need this win. A loss to WCS could drop them into the 30s in Division 4, whereas the Crusader boys, after that really tough big loss to BMR last week, they dropped into Division 4 all the way to 47. That's 15 spots out of that magic 32. But then they went in to beat Douglas. And Douglas is one of the top teams in Division 5. And a win against a Sutton team here tonight, I would be eager to see. They could have raised themselves into the 30s and give themselves a shot by the end of the season with some big wins. Other power rankings to note this past Tuesday. This Nipmunk is in Division 3. They slipped from 29 to 31. Hopedale, they're in Division 5. They slipped just a couple of spots from Division 8, or from ranked 8, I should say, to ranked 10th. That was another game, 7-point lead, so the Crusaders had on Hopedale. That one still stings. A lot of foul trouble, especially from Gabe and Caleb Dieters. That would have been another big one, but Hopedale was able to pull that out. So they're ranked 10th in Division 4. I mean, in 5. So again, Douglas boys, last Tuesday when it came out, they went from 4 to 8. I'm sorry, 4 to 6 in Division 5. So Douglas is a really strong senior team, but a loss to Whitensville is going to hurt them. They're going to probably drop because of that. And then Douglas is trying to get their revenge tonight. I think they're playing BMR, but I'm not exactly sure. Other teams to note in the power rankings for local area teams, the Uxbridge High School went from 18 to 20 in Division 4, and the Northbridge boys from 27 to 26. And by the way, the WCS girls, who on a 2-game winning streak, are in Sutton. That's going to be a tough one. Sutton is the class of the Dual Valley. They are on Tuesday, before the win against Douglas, they went from 39th to 35th in Division 4. So Crusader girls have a chance to get in that top 32. Even just a good showing against Sutton girls tonight would be. It's not just winning, it's margin of victory, and it's also who you play. So playing Sutton just alone helps you. So we'll see how the girls do. If I get an update, I'll let you know. So teams are back out on the floor. Once again, Crusaders really dominating most of that first half. Look to have they had an 11-point lead. It looked like they were going into halftime with that. Maybe even could have had a chance to expand on that. 2 big threes from Brennan Benedict, sophomore guard. One of them a buzzer beater from not quite half court, but about 3/4 for about about that blue line next to the logo, and he banked it in. It was just kind of backbreaking. One of the biggest and hardest things for a coach to do in a locker room in a high school game is Coach Badgett had to get his team to just wipe that away, concentrate on all the things you did well leading up to that play, and let's just get going, start fresh second half. They'll start the same starting 5, which just means Zach Casey will check back in for Isaiah Plantinga. The keys to the Crusaders are always that half-court defense and not turning the ball over. They always rebound well, and they, in the past, they were killing themselves with turnovers and letting up big transition looks from, and not being able to get back in time. Against Douglas now tonight, that's been a completely different story. That has to continue, kind of clinging to a 5-point lead. Sutton will also start with the basketball. Will now go right to left on your screen. Sutton in green, Whitensville in white. Hopefully you got your snacks and your drinks, took your breaks, because this one is sure to be a nail biter right to the end. Crowd will get a little antsy, and we'll bring you all the action. Something also just to note, the foul trouble, Zach, Gabe, and Caleb all have 2. So nothing problematic yet, but that could go quickly. That's what happened against Hopedale. Some second half fouls and foul trouble. Good defense by Zach Casey as he get into Brennan again. Brennan no good, but Sutton will get it back to Marchand. Caleb Dieters falls. It's going to be Gara. Can't get it to go. Again, the crowd starting to grumble. They wanted a foul there. Like to see them let them play. Let's not let the whistles take control of the game here. Calm play. Gabe Dieters had good position, bodied him up, using that strong upper body, but the refs say he took steps. I'm actually just happy they didn't call an offensive foul there. Marchand will fire from 3. He hit one early in the first half. That one's no good, but Gara gets the rebound, tries to make space, can't, so Sutton has another chance. Ty Rogan gets it to Gara. Marchand gets stuck in the corner, but he's going to find Rogan. Rogan with a charge on Zach Casey. Ty Rogan doesn't like to look for his offense. He does everything else well, but the Crusaders kind of know the scouting report. So Zach wasn't worried about the shot. He was just looking to get in his way. And Casey just makes those great hustle veteran plays. Makes another one. 6:41 left. Casey gets going to the hoop, but he gets caught. Can't get it to go. Casey was flying so hard, he just couldn't stop and get himself under control there. So far a little bit choppy. Nobody scored here yet. Cam Benedict looking to change that. Gets to his brother Brennan. 1 and 2. Cam drives, uses that length. Gets to the free throw line, almost gets the three-point play, but he can't get it to go. So that is going to be 3 fouls on Zach Casey. You can tell Sutton playing with a little bit more confidence. Those big threes at the end of the first half gave them some momentum. So Benedict has 2, and he makes both of them. 28-25. So Whitensville now a little bit on their heels. So McAllister almost falls, but is able to maintain balance. Gets it to Gabe Dieters, looking for his brother. Gets it back to Casey. McAllister finds Caleb Dieters. Caleb couldn't get in position to use the glass. Tried to just put it in the hoop, but he threw it a little bit long. No good. Sutton can tie with a 3. Another travel by Brennan Benedict. He doesn't know what he did. It's a lot of travels in this game, especially on Sutton. Big turnover there as Sutton's really had the momentum here, scoring the last 10 points starting back in the first half. Casey tried to find Dieters. Looks like they got some moisture on the floor there. Got a towel. Coach Badgerman does it all. Head coach, towel boy, you name it. It's important to get that dried up. You don't need someone to slip and get hurt. So here comes Sutton after the turnover by the Crusaders. Crusaders in one of those scoring droughts that we haven't seen in a little while. They got to weather that storm and get back on the offensive end with help to get a turnover. Instead, Brennan Benedict for another 3. Gets it to go. Tie game. Crusaders need a timeout. It's been all Brennan Benedict here as he got that 1-3. to go, and then that bank at the end of the half, and now shooting with great confidence ties the game. 5 minutes left, third quarter. This is a brand new basketball game. The first quarter and a half dominated by Whitensville. Since then, the last 6-7 minutes have been dominated by Sutton. A little bit like Sutton's season. Very streaky, starting out 1-3, then winning 4 straight games. Then they were 5-3 and looking great, and then they lost 2 to Hopedale and Douglas coming in here. So the game playing out a little bit like that. Not so great, tremendous, and we'll see what happens from here. I mean, it really is the same thing. It's just a matter of make or miss. Sutton wants to get either Cam Benedict or Brennan Benedict open for 3, or Lasters or Charles Marchand, number 4. Crusaders just got to defend that. Cam Damaris tries to match it, no good. Casey crashes. Casey just slapped that out of bounds. Sutton will get the ball back. So they may have to go back to Plantinga at some point with no offense. With offense sputtering here. 4:46 left, tie game. Marchand's going to try to get his going. That's short. Casey couldn't get the board. He blocked out, but then couldn't see the ball. Too many second chance opportunities suddenly for Sutton. Crusaders got to start getting on the glass. McAllister right in Brennan Benedict's grill. It's going to go to Gara. Gara gets downhill, no good. Cam Benedict with a great follow. Suddenly it's the offensive glass that's killing Whitensville. Little bit shell-shocked, just like Sutton earlier. Now down 2. Get it to the senior, Casey. 4 minutes left, third quarter. Good drive by Cam Damaris. Damaris gets to see it go. Desperately needed. They get back in transition. 30-30 is the game. Crusaders got to weather the tide and get the momentum back on their side. They also just got a rebound. Last couple trips been brutal on the defensive glass. It's Gara. Goes left. Gara gets it to fall. Beautiful drive. He took both Dieters on. 32-30, 3:25 left third quarter. Crowd wanted to carry, but because he didn't go back to the floor with it, I think that's why they let him. He passed it off. They get Cam Damaris on a push-off there as Zeke Plantinga comes in for Zach Casey. Damaris sometimes likes to create space, and the key there is to not extend the arm. Sutton up 32-30, just over 3 to play. We're in the third quarter here in the Nehemiah Center. Crusaders really keying on Gara and the 2 Benedicts. Good steal by Plantinga. We'll see if he can make the layup to tie it. He can. Isaiah Plantinga with a gigantic turnover and turns it into a bucket right away off the bench. So now it's 32-32. Brennan Benedict, who's really been the hot hand. His brother Cam's been on all over the offensive glass. Gara loves to drive left. Gets it to Cam Benedict. He shoots a 3. No good. Over the back on Ty Rogan. Good block out that time by Caleb Dieters. Dieters is such a great rebounder. Has struggled here early in a little bit in this third quarter. That time he was going to be sure of it. So 32-32, that's Rogan now has 3 personal fouls. Caleb Dieters to the cup, 34-32. Sutton now down 2. Just over 2 minutes left. McAllister all over Brennan Benedict. Gara, you just got to keep him right. Oh, he creates space. Looked like the same play as Cam Damaris got called on, but Gara doesn't get it to go, though. Plantinga, Damaris goes left, needs to find a teammate. He does, so we got 18 seconds on the shot clock. 2 team fouls for both teams. Plantinga now gets bodied. Caleb finds his off the glass. Ooh, that looked good from here, but it just goes a little too hard. That's going to be Cam Benedict's going to go all the way. No good. Great board by Cam Damaris. Looked like Benedict tried to steal it, but Cam was able to shield him. 1:11 left in this fast-paced third quarter. Caleb slips. There goes Benedict again. He's going to a little bit long, gets his own board, no good. Plantinga gets it. It looks like it bounced out of bounds before Isaiah could get it, but it was bounced off of Sutton. On that earlier play on the offensive end for Caleb Dieters, he fell, but as he fell, he kind of... Well, it's not as obvious when you kind of fall when the ball hits the ground and then you don't roll. Gabe finds his brother Caleb. They're going to get a foul on Ryan White. White knew it. He's given up a lot of height. Can't have Ryan White guarding Caleb Dieters. That's going to be a long night for number 11. It's only 3 team fouls on Sutton with 39 seconds. There's 4 seconds differential with the game and the shot clock. Only the first foul on White. Whitensville gets it in. McAllister to Gabe Dieters. Plenty of time, looking down low. Again, Caleb, who finds Cam Damaris, gets free. Great pass as they double teamed Caleb Dieters, and Dieters found Damaris for the lay-in, 36-32. So Sutton, there's no difference between the shot and the game clock. Just got to stay on Marchand. He likes that top of the key 3, and he makes it, and it was a huge shot, makes it 36-35. There's 5 seconds left in this third quarter. Crusaders need to go to the hoop. Plantinga looked like he got a foul on that. They don't call it, but he gets all the way to the hole. Big shot by Zeke Plantinga, 38-35. So after all of that, at halftime, the Crusaders had a 5-point lead. Now after the third quarter, it's down to a 3-point lead. But they got behind in that one. They weathered the storm pretty well as Sutton Sammys took that momentum into the locker room at halftime, came out really firing, especially Brennan Benedict, the sophomore guard. But the Crusaders managing to weather that a little bit, play good defense, and get their offense back rolling. Pep band bringing the energy here on Friday night. Really what Sutton, their whole game offensively, is Brennan Benedict and Cam Benedict from the outside. Charles Marchand, if he's left wide open, can hit it as he just did earlier. But really, especially Brennan in this one, but Cam can do it too. And then offensive rebounds. It wasn't a problem in the first half for Whitensville, but man, Sutton got on the glass there. They got to box out. Caleb Dieters, Gabe Dieters, Plantinga while he's in there for Casey. They have to rebound the ball well. They start with it. Possession arrow was to them. McAllister sets up the offense. They're looking to pick on White here again. Now he has Gabe. Gets it to Caleb. Caleb gets it blocked. White gets a little revenge as he knows they're picking on his height down there. What happened there was Caleb got caught a little bit underneath the hoop, and then he had to kind of take the ball down a little bit, and White was able to get his hand on it. White travels. He did. He he was looking to just hand the ball off, but then he kind of was a little worried it was going to get stolen, so then double clutched, took an extra step. Crusader ball just getting started here in the fourth quarter with a 3-point lead. Once again, this one is going to go all the way down to the wire. Cam Damaris, a little bit long on that. Marchand with the board. They're looking to run. Benedict travels. That's what Cam Benedict wants to do, get it in transition. So Crusaders got back just in time on that. Another spot that's got some sweat on it. Gonna clean that up. So 7-18 left in this one. Crusaders with the ball, up 3. So once again, with Damaris's kind of long rebound to Sutton, they look to run it. You can tell the coaching staff knows their half-court offense against Crusaders hasn't been great. And so if they can get some transitional looks, especially to Cam Benedict, they want to. And here they go again. Here comes Cam. He's going to race up the floor. They got to stay in, and he gets to Marchand. Marchand can't get it to go. White crashes. They're going to get White for the foul, as Dylan McAllister did an amazing job getting in with the big guys. And he was going to secure the rebound, and White went over the back. That's 2 fouls on Ryan White. I think that's 2 team fouls for Sutton. None so far in the fourth quarter. Plantinga stops, pops, hits. Big shot, makes it a 5-point lead, 40-35. 6:39 left. Zeke Plantinga, after not playing Tuesday, really wanted to get his offense going, and he has. They get it into sharpshooter Brennan Benedict. Gets to his brother Cam. You know Gara's going to want to go left. White fires for 3. Another bank 3-pointer. Man's keeping Sutton in this game. 40-38. Plantinga, another shot. This one's short. The Sutton faithful, we're getting a little antsy at the refereeing. I think it's been called pretty well, pretty evenly. Benedict, again, throws his body, no good. Marchand crashed, but he knocks it out of bounds, so no good for that offensive trip for the Sammies. Plenty time here. 5:45. It's really going to come down to some good offensive execution. Damaris for 3. Looked like he wanted to get a foul. He's got to get up. He does. Marchand finds Gara. Gara will actually go right, and they're going to call a timeout. Sutton bench didn't like what they saw on that trip. Really the last couple of trips, so they call a wise timeout there. Talk it over. Down 2. Sutton wants to either tie it or take the lead here. Then back and forth this game. So the timeout situation is Sutton calling that. I think now the Sammies are down to 2 timeouts. Whitensville Christian still has 3 full timeouts at their disposal to use. We may see them here as each trip is incredibly important. Have those timeouts in your pocket are big. Especially we saw in Douglas a couple of times, against Douglas I should say, where there was a couple of times where there was some diving on the floor where you're the first to get it and the bench can call timeout and save a possession or gain a possession that way. The possession arrow is in favor of Sutton, and the Sammies also have the ball. Down 2, 5:29 left. The team fouls are not an issue as Sutton has 1 and Whitensville Christian has 0. Remember, they start over each quarter in high school basketball now. No more 1-on-1, so you got to get the 5 team fouls. before you get anyone to the bonus into the free throw line. Zeke Plantinga with a great reach around and steal. Plantinga, Damaris stays confident, no good. That would have been a huge shot, but it doesn't fall for Cam Damaris. They really want to get Brennan. Brennan hasn't had a chance to shoot since, 4 or 5 minutes ago, as Dylan McAllister has been all over him. They go down low to, now White has it. Gara goes right, spins left, just short. Great board, Gabe Dieters. Whitensville Christian would love a little breathing room here. McAllister takes it all the way. Cam will always stay confident, and he does, and he gets fouled. Almost gets it to go. Cam Damaris love to see this aggressive offense. Sometimes when Cam doesn't see him go in, he'll get a little tentative and just fire from outside. That's not happened here today. So Cam, that's going to be 3 on Ryan White. It's big free throws, 4:37 left. Make this, if you can make this one, Cam will push this to a 2-possession game. Cam does, good free throw shooter. Once you see that first one go with a good free throw shooter, they usually make the second one. 42-38. From Benedict to Benedict. Marchand has Damaris on him. Now he gets it to Dylan McAllister. Just been all over Brennan Benedict, not letting him get that 3. That's going to mean Marchand. Oh, now he gets an open 3, and he front rims it. Cam Benedict got the rebound, but he was standing out of bounds. He didn't like it, but he was clearly out. He was just upset maybe with himself on that because he had a free lane to the basket. That would have been a huge hoop for Cam, but he stepped out of bounds. 42-38. Crusaders have a chance to push this to 6 or 7. Caleb goes left, strong, but can't get it to fall. Gabe Dieters. Now to Cam Damaris. Gets a foul on Ryan White. White can't believe it. That's going to now be 4 on Ryan White. Sweat all over the court on this one. Never seen so many towels come out. So Ryan White has 4 fouls. That's 3 team fouls now on Sutton. So Sutton, if they get down in this, will be able to play that bonus foul game. Cam Damaris just made a couple. Now makes 3 in a row. They're going to take Ryan White out, bring back Ty Rogan. I think what the Sutton bench wanted with White is you had a little bit more offensive threat. Rogan, big body, does things well defensively, but doesn't look for his offense. Damaris can't get that one to go, but the lead is extended to 5. 3:42 left in this game. Dylan McAllister just been all over Brennan Benedict. Has to stay with him. Don't worry about anything else. Instead, they get it to Cam, who shoots for 3. It rattles out. Ty Rogan. Oh, and Rogan knew he hit it out, but somehow the ref missed it. So Sutton gets another crack at it. New 35-second clock. 3:28 left. Sutton looking down low to Benedict. He just short arms it. Doesn't get fouled. So McAllister has it now to set Whitensville Christian up. You don't want to use clock. You just want to run your offense. Get a hoop here. If you use clock, fine. Gabe Dieters for 3. Tell Gabe a little frustrated as he had his offense going, but they've been keying on him defensively. Wanted to make that one. Just under 3 left. Big shot. It goes for Chase Gara, and another opportunity for a 3-point play for Gara. That was huge. Gara's made one of those earlier. Has a chance to bring this to within 2. Whitensville's got a key on this rebound. Sutton's going to crash. And they do, but great board by Gabe Dieters. So it's a 1-possession game, but it's 43-40. Crusaders want to make this into a two-possession game. They get it to Gabe. Gabe now to Plantinga. Damaris, step back. Air ball, no good. Whitensville gets back in transition. They can't listen to the crowd. Dig in on D. Here comes Brennan Benedict. He gets it to Rogan. To Cam Benedict. Huge three. Chase Gara now with 5 straight points has tied the game. Just over 2 left to play. It's a brand new game. Crusaders might want to use the timeout, but they want to save them. Cam stays confident. That one's a little long. Sutton. I would say if Coach Badgerman gets, regardless what happens here, may want to call time, talk things over. Sutton scores, or even if they don't. .137 left. Sutton now looking to take the lead. They got 13 seconds on the shot clock. They're going to try to get it in either. Well, it's going to be Marchand. He shoved Cam Damaris. No time. Damaris gets it to Dieters. Plantinga. There's 1:13 left. So that's a travel by Cam Damaris. Coach Badgerman liked what he saw on that trip. I thought maybe they'd call a timeout, talk things over as all their offensive trips. Geez, he just keeps on clearing out McAllister and Cam Damaris. Sutton now with 1 minute left in the game has a chance to take a lead. It's going to be Benedict. They're going to get a foul as Benedict went strong to the glass, used his length. He's going to get to the free throw line for 2. That's Plantinga. That'll be only the second on Plantinga. 2 team fouls for Whitensville, which could come into play if they get down and need to foul. So we'll see if Cam Benedict can make both. He does not. Plantinga luckily gets that rebound. Timeout, says Coach Badgerman, down 1. They're going to need a good offensive trip. They're going to probably try to run something. First option to be Caleb Dieters. But also wouldn't surprise me if they get the ball to Gabe Dieters, because a freshman makes such great decisions out there. Get him on a free throw line extended somewhere, and then look for Caleb or Isaiah or Cam Damaris for the cutter. We shall see. Tight ball game. Whitensville had an opportunity to go up, get a cushion. Coach Badgerman asking the referee if he can throw it into the backcourt here from the inbound. So if you get stuck a little bit, they can use the whole court. Also looks like Caleb Dieters is bothered by a bloody nose. So I can see into the huddle. Hopefully he takes that thing out of there. Well, maybe, I don't know what, he's got something there. That's going to be tough because that's going to bother Caleb a little bit. Not used to having that on your face. 48 seconds left. 32 seconds on the shot clock. Isaiah Plantinga looking for Dylan McAllister and airmailed him, or threw it a little bit too hard. So Sutton gets a big turnover there, up 1. So there was 48 seconds. They always struggle with this. They got to get 48 seconds back on the clock. 48.1 as the refs had to call that one. So Sutton wants to work some clock, but there's a little bit more than about 11 seconds differential. So Crusaders don't have to foul, just need to play good D down 1. They're going to look for Benedict down low. Benedict gets it. Caleb gets hacked. Sutton wanted to travel, but it's hard not to take steps when the guys are ripping your shoulder. So Crusaders get the ball back. That's only the first foul on Cam Benedict. Crusaders call time, and what they're checking on is they got 1 timeout left here. So, all right. This feels like we were just here. About 18 seconds. Not even. About 50. It was 47 seconds were on the clock. So, and when Zeke Lantinga threw the ball away, missed an opportunity there. Didn't hurt him except on the clock. Now, one of the things here is only 2 team fouls on the Crusaders. So if they do end up having a foul, they're going to have to foul a few times to get Sutton to the line, try to regain possession. 4 team fouls on Sutton. So that's big. If the Crusaders can get a reach in or some kind of a foul, even if they're not shooting, they will get 2 shots. So I'm sure Sutton's coaching staff telling them, hey, do not get a cheap foul here and put them at the line. They're going to kind of show press here. Marchand on McAllister. McAllister should just get it back to Zeke. They want to get their play. That's a kickball. So the shot clock stays. There's no difference between shot and game clock. Sutton crowd happy. They're up 1, loving their defense. Crusaders just 1 bucket away from feeling good themselves. Damaris has it. 19 on the clock. Gets it to Gabe. Gabe doesn't want it. They want to get the ball into the hands of Caleb Dieters. There's 11 on the clock. They're going to need to do something. Gabe goes all the way. He gets it back out to Cam. Cam's going to fire. Drain it! Cam Damaris with an unbelievable circus 3-point shot with 2.1 to play. Makes it 46-44. Cam Damaris has really struggled with his shot in the second half. Stayed confident. He kind of had to there. He fires, drains it. Sutton now down 2. They put 3.5 on the clock. Interesting because it looked like it was at 2. But the refs added up to 3.5. I'm not sure if Sutton has any more timeouts. I think they have 1 more, but I'm not positive. So adding that time, 3.5, that gives Sutton an opportunity for sure to travel the length of the floor. Now what Coach Badgham is telling his team is we only have 2 team fouls, so you can be really aggressive while Sutton's in their own end of the court. You know, just stay up in their grill. You can foul them 2 more times if you want, but that aggressiveness has to stop as soon as they cross that half-court line. You cannot put them to the line. So here comes Sutton trying to avoid a 3-game losing streak. Crusaders trying to get a 2-game winning streak. After beating Douglas, they put Caleb on the end line. Sutton looks like they threw it away. Then they get a shot. They called that a no shot anyway, so I'm really happy, to be honest, that Chase Gara didn't make that, because there would have been a riot, because it was just past the buzzer. So the Whitinsville Christian Crusaders with a huge win, 46-44. They take it on the road next week to try to keep the winning streak alive. Player of the game tonight, we're just going to give it to Cam Namaris for that amazing shot. Hustle player of the game to Dylan McAllister for his defense on Brennan Benedict. We'll see you the next home game, and we'll see you with the girls' games next week. Once again, big 2-point victory for the Whitinsville Christian Crusaders. Have a good night. God bless everyone.